Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back. I guess I should say welcome back to myself because it's been a while. No, I wasn't quitting YouTube. No, I'm not pregnant. But yes, I missed you very, very much, and I'm so happy to be back and to catch you up on what you've been missing since the whirlwind of the last 3 months. If you've been following me on Instagram, a lot of this stuff isn't going to be too surprising. I'm just going to go into more detail about things if you're okay with that. Oh my goodness, since we were away from each other, at least on this platform, my Instagram went a little hectic. After I hit my milestone of 50K, I ended up hitting another milestone shortly after. A couple videos went viral, and then my account was able to receive a lot of exposure, and I reached 100,000 followers, which was a big deal for me. I've been working at this. If you've been following me from the beginning, you know it's been years. After that, I was kind of getting overwhelmed with a lot of different work requests. That was really exciting and overwhelming at the same time, and to balance YouTube and all the traffic coming from Instagram, it was a little hectic for me. I ended up signing with an agency, and I'm really, really excited that I did that. It took a lot of pressure off of myself. What most people don't realize about content creation or influencers, it's a whole business. There's contracts, there's taxes, there's invoicing to be done. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that if you're not in the content creation world, then you're not really aware that that's what happens, but it is. It's just like any other business that's out there, a newer form of business, I guess you could say. Having your own business and being an entrepreneur is a very expensive thing, or at least it can be. In the beginning, when I started, of course, I couldn't afford, and it didn't make any sense for me to sign on with an agency. Having your own business and being an entrepreneur is a very expensive thing, or at least it can be if you want to be successful. So I had put out a lot, and I could not afford an agency because agencies take cuts of what you make. And finally, this year, I started making the volume to entertain the idea of having an agency, and getting to 100,000 followers on Instagram made that possible for me. So I'm super grateful. With that agency, I also have a manager. So I have a team that's able to not only help manage my work, but also help kind of be there as a protection for me. I'm so happy that I have this. I'm able to get paid what I'm worth. I've learned so much more being able to work with people that have been in this industry even longer than I am and are in marketing and stuff. I've been able to learn so much on that end, so it's been a great experience. Another update, we started and nearly finished our entire kitchen renovation, which I cannot wait to share with you guys, the before and afters and more videos and content on that. I've been a little bit like, oh, I don't really want to put it out yet until it's finished, but it's gonna take at least by the end of the year to get it all wrapped up, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting for that long. That entire project took 3 months. 2 of those months we were actually out of our home. That was very much so a challenge. On top of that, the timing was impeccable. Yannick and I both had work trips in Hawaii, Vegas, Paris, France, and Barcelona, and we were traveling non-stop, like week to week to week. It sounds so glamorous. I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, I'm super, super grateful that we both have had this privilege for the first time in our lives to have work send us and to be able to travel, but it was crazy. I'm grateful we had the experience, but oh my gosh, I hope we never have to do that again. In breaking down for you, we went to Hawaii, and we didn't spend too much time there. Like I said, it was for work. We went to Maui for a couple nights, and then we went to Honolulu, and it was beautiful. It was both Yannick and I's first time in Hawaii, and we loved it. We definitely want to be able to make a trip back there and actually go on vacation. Then we immediately the next week went to Las Vegas, Nevada for another work function. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We'll just keep it at that. Shortly after that, I think there was a week in between, we ended up packing our bags. The kitchen had just finished, and it was literally one day that I walked into the kitchen. I was like, wow, it's all done. It's beautiful. I can't use it because I have to pack and get on a plane to Paris tomorrow morning. So that's what happened. I do have to say this one thing. It is not overhyped. A lot of people say things about it like, ew, Paris, it's overhyped. Like, it's dirty there. People are rude there. I don't want to go there. Like, it's just overhyped, whatever. It was not. It was not overhyped. It was absolutely stunning. I've never seen a city like that ever. It was just beauty everywhere you went. Overwhelmed with art and beauty, and I can see why people have such a likeness to Paris and they're drawn to it. It wasn't enough leisure time because so much was scheduled for content, so that was hard, but yeah, definitely want to go back. Paris is beautiful. It's so romantic. The last part of our trip, we ended up in Barcelona, Spain, and that was beautiful. It reminded me a lot of Lisbon. If I were to compare the two, I prefer Lisbon, Portugal over Spain, Barcelona, Spain. I think I was more hyped to see Barcelona because of how much people hype it up. And not saying it's not beautiful, because it's beautiful, but it just was not what I had thought it was gonna be. Not to mention, we went in the touristy time, the time when most Spaniards leave and go on vacation. That's when we went. It was so crazy busy. If I were to ever go back, definitely would not plan to go in October, the week that we went, because it was crazy. I'm so happy we got to kind of catch up on travels, because with 2020 taking us out with COVID and everything, it was hard to be able to travel again, and we had just gotten into our stride of traveling in 2019. We were able to do a lot of traveling this year, and I'm happy that for the rest of this year, I don't think we have anything planned, but with how things go with us, you don't know. I don't know. But I am so thrilled to be back home. Once we got home, I was able to finally use my kitchen and kind of like get into it, because I hadn't used the new kitchen for like months. Less than 2 weeks of being in town, we did a Spartan race, and we had this plan months in advance. Granted, we did not realize that all of our trips were going to be planned at the same time either, so that was crazy and wild. So we ended up doing a Spartan race. If you don't know what a Spartan race is, it's a 5K with obstacles. It was definitely no joke. I wish I was able to have had prepared for it more mentally, physically. It was what it was. It was fun. We had a really good group of people that went with us, our friends. We all had a good time. We all finished, so that's good. Yannick, he doesn't need preparation at all because he's like superhuman. I don't know. He went through that thing like it was nothing, and if he didn't wait on me, he probably would have won the whole thing. I'm absolutely sure and positive of that. But you know, he was being sweet and he wanted to cheer me on and make sure that I made it through, so thank you to him. That race was a very enriching experience, to say the least. And I'm glad we were able to do that this year as well, even with as hectic as everything was. Now I can finally breathe. We're home, we're back. Not just back, but we're getting into the groove of things and being able to establish a schedule again. I'm very excited for the months to come and all the content that I have planned for you now that I have a little bit more of a clear head and kind of have things a little bit more balanced, and we're kind of... I think that's all in regards to updates. That's all that I have for you. Like I said, I'm gonna be showing you guys a lot of home content, a lot of daily vlogs, just kind of kicking back and getting back to basics with me. Definitely doing more fitness, health, lifestyle, that kind of stuff. I just want to keep this channel for something a little bit more personal, because I have a lot of beauty content and frou-frou stuff on my Instagram. You're more than welcome, if you don't already, to follow me there. Keep up with me daily. I'm starting to post a lot more on my stories again now that I've been kind of able to have a routine again, which has been crazy that it's taken 3 months for me to get a routine again. But it's been fun. I'm young and this is the time to do it. If there's any time to do it, it is now. That's all for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.